Hello.
Hello, everyone. We are so excited you are here. Oh, this is like it's becoming like kind of one of the highlights of my month, Claire. What about you?
Yeah, it's fun. I like
I
talking to
I
you.
love
I
this
like
so
talking
much.
Amazon. Yeah.
It's well, because my brain is thinking about Amazon like all the freaking time. And so it's fun to actually put words out there and chat with other people that their brains are working the same way. So thank you so much for those of us joining live, those that are watching the replay. Let us know if you are watching the replay in the comments. But I am Nicole Vincent. So glad you're here. And this is Claire, Data Coach Claire. She is absolutely amazing. And we are so excited to be chatting with you today about Amazon influencer and all the things. So
Yeah,
Claire,
it's a fun time for Amazon influencer. Like you were saying, Nicole, that I'm like always thinking Amazon. It's honestly, it's kind of hard on like Thanksgiving Day to just like, I had to put my phone in my bedroom. Like, I'm not going to film anything. I'm not going to post anything. I just need to take the day off. And so on the one hand, it's nice to have a job that's like so flexible. I can literally choose whatever work schedule I want to. But then also double-edged sword that I often choose to work a lot because I love it and I feel so passionate about it. And I would literally rather work on Amazon Influencer and my coaching and projects like that than like have leisure time.
it is my leisure time. Like it is what
Yeah.
it's so fun. I'm like, okay, well, once I get my videos up, then I'm going to do this tutorial and I'm going to create this and I'm going to do this because it's just it's bringing me so much joy. And so it is fun to be in this space and to find joy with something that's making money. And it's always even more fun during Q4 when the shoppers are coming in. Reports are looking good. So, Claire, how did your Black Friday go? I know you said in our last one, November was looking really good for you. So, did you break
Yeah.
your
No,
last month's record?
I did. November was a new record. Yeah. So November
Yay!
went great. And we'll see once Creator Connections updates for today with those items shipping from the weekend and from Cyber Monday. And, often Tuesdays are at least better for me anyway. Like the reporting you see Tuesday morning that was from items shipped on Monday. Because it seems like often those bigger items won't ship over the weekend. They'll wait till Monday. And so we'll see if later this afternoon, today is also a record high day for me. The last record high day was back in Prime Days in July. So we'll see if it breaks that.
So awesome. Yeah, it was November started out pretty rocky for me. I'm not gonna lie. I'm like, what's happening here, Amazon? But the Black Friday week really picked up. And then get this, I had a negative $6 day. I'm
I
like,
think I saw you post that.
I'm
Yeah.
like, what gives? Because like I normally have enough
On
commissions
Thanksgiving, right?
that I rarely have a negative day. Like I always have returns because that's just part of the game.
Mm-hmm.
But I rarely have it. I was like, what is happening? But thankfully, my birthday, which was November 30th, the last day of the month, I had my biggest day ever. It was like over $600 and it was beautiful. I'm
Yay!
like, thank
Amazing.
you.
Oh, congratulations.
So
That's
once I
huge.
had
Happy birthday.
yeah, happy birthday to me. I was like, especially after the lag in reporting, which was, and then if you're
Mm-hmm.
looking at your reports, if you're watching this live, like, yes, our reports are not updating great. And hopefully Creator Connections will update later in the afternoon. But let's see, we've got Bob on, we've got Skate Tutors on. Hello, guys. Christina, so good to see everybody here.
I think I saw Lori was here too.
Oh,
Welcome,
awesome,
welcome
awesome.
everybody.
They were all popping off
Thanks for
real
being here.
fast.
Yeah.
But I'm excited for December. I'm excited for this next week with those commissions rolling through because I think they really are like my Cyber Monday was bigger for me than Black Friday with the live sales. How about you?
I think that mine were about the same, at least looking at like the number of clicks and ordered items. I think they were about the same. And then the days in between, the Saturday, Sunday, were more than normal, but like about half as much as the Black Friday and Cyber Monday days themselves.
Yeah, that's similar to what I was seeing. So, well, now that we've got Black Friday has passed, like what else, Claire, are you working on for the rest of this month? Like, what does that look like for you? What's your strategy?
Sure. So I think the next few days we can expect some continued high days. I feel like I'm like giving the weather. The next few days we could expect
A
some
little
high
breeze being
temperatures.
like, there's a low coming down.
Yeah. Here come your commissions. But as things ship from the sale weekend, you'll have some elevated days, maybe not as high as we've seen these past few days, but it should still stay a little elevated. And then I've noticed from like looking at sales data and my experience last year that sales start to slow down around December 15th.
Yeah.
And definitely by like about December 20th, like once people can't get the Christmas present actually there on Christmas, then it's like going to be dead for a couple weeks.
Yeah.
So usually I'm doing a ton of product acquisition and cranking out a lot of videos, but I have been doing that like 200 plus videos for the last 3 months, like September, October, November. We're all at least 200 videos. You should go back and count. And so I've been working really hard on making a lot of content, doing a lot of product acquisition. And now that we're only have like another couple weeks of good sales until Christmas, I've slowed way down on my product acquisition. Like around Thanksgiving, Black Friday is kind of where I was turning a corner for me of like, okay, switching gears from prepping for Black Friday to now just kind of letting it coast. So actually this month I'm working on a couple coaching projects. I'm working on publishing a beginner's guide. So if there's anybody that's watching this that is working on getting started with the Amazon Influencer Program, I'm writing a ebook that will go from just getting started to your first $100 and all of the good information that you need to make that a smooth process.
That'll be awesome. And you also so Claire, she's data coach Claire, right? Like this girl knows numbers. She released this amazing earnings dashboard, guys. Oh my gosh. It's so good. Claire, I am loving this tool. It is, so basically she tells you it's in a Google Sheet and she tells you what reports you need to download, and then she puts them all together and you're able to see like it's combining your creator connections and your on-site and seeing really what's paying off, what are like your halo or your like similar item sales. It's such a fabulous tool, Claire. Like it's simple and like, but gives you so much information for people like me that don't like to go and analyze the numbers themselves. So thank you for creating something that is usable. So yeah, definitely Liz is putting it in the links. Oh, get that earnings dashboard, Claire. Like it's
thank you. Very kind shout out. Yeah, I am one of those, I don't know if it's cursed or gifted with the love for spreadsheets. And so put together a dashboard that makes the spreadsheets easy, because honestly, the earnings
report,
what are they called? Earnings reports. Yeah. Thank you. That Amazon provides just aren't that good. Like it's a lot of good information, but the way that it's formatted, it like takes a lot of data cleaning and reformatting and restructuring to make it useful. And then also the creator connections reporting, you can't even sort it by like highest earners. And so it like you can kind of skim it each day to like see what pops out to you and then look at the campaigns and then figure out which product it was. So I made a dashboard where you can see creator connections, earnings by product, and the on-site right there, and off-site there too if you're doing off-site. So I'm using it myself, and a lot of people have found it valuable. So thank you for the shout out.
You're welcome.
There's a link either in the chat or description if you're interested in checking it out.
Yeah, it really is. It's a great tool because sometimes you're just guessing, and or you're having to take the time to like grab this and like add them up. And this takes it's time saver, brain saver. I love it. So for me, I'm still doing some content for December, but I'm looking more towards the new year and kind of doing I'm not trying to pump out as much content creation. I'm still doing it because you don't ever want to stop that or get out of the habit of it in this business. Yeah. But for me, I'm looking at just growing, like adding more tutorials for influencers on YouTube. And because I'm doing a interview series with successful influencers on my YouTube channel. And so I just did the first interview yesterday. And so I just really feel passionate that it's so important for those of us that are further along the road or that have had success to share what we've learned. And yes, not everybody's called to be a teacher and to do videos like this or whatever, but I really feel that we should help one another because it is a program that there's so much opportunity for so many people. And if we can help that young mom earn enough money to stay home with her kids, or that dad to quit that second job so that he can provide for his family, like I'm going to do that. Like I'm going to spend the time to do that. So that's kind of like where my focus and time is right now, and where my heart is. So that's kind of where I'm at. So.
I think what we're both feeling is like now is a great time to, if you still have content to make, like get that out the door and do some, but the Christmas prep was last month.
Like, yeah.
And now is like a great time to kind of take a step back, refocus on what your goals are, either with growth in the Amazon Influencer Program or related side projects. Now is a great time that if you want to cross post to YouTube or Amazon International, those would be great activities to do. Or addressing dead ASINs. I think Fluencer Fruit has a tool that will help with that.
Now's
a great time for some housekeeping.
I did that today. I was going through on my Creator Hub, just kind of scrolling through my video placement. And I don't spend a lot of time there because I don't think that it's really a huge, like it shouldn't be a lot of time spent there obsessing about carousel placement because you really don't have a ton of control over that. But it is good to be aware. But on Fluencer Fruit, it was great because I was able just to scroll through quickly and you see the skull and crossbones by the thing. I was like, oh, shoot, because there's a few brands that I know love to ASIN hop and love to change out their ASINs and make a new listing. And so I was able to catch that quickly and get it retagged so that I can keep earning on those videos. Because sometimes there's people like that or sellers like that will do that. But Fluencer Fruit made it so easy because it was just like, oh, there's my skull and crossbones. Let's click that and get it edited. So it was awesome.
Yeah, honestly, for the last few months, I've been so busy in deep product research, acquiring high earning products and making all that content that I have like neglected those other important but like less urgent parts of the process. And so on my list of to-dos for December is try to address 200 dead ASINs. And it's a project and it's kind of intimidating when they pile up. But for those that are new to this concept, the idea is that if, let's say you tag your content to this pen and the brand stops selling that exact product listing, but the exact same pen is sold on another listing, either by the exact same brand or it is the exact same pen, but just under a different brand name, that since it is the exact same product, we're comfy with, you can then tag your video to that product. You don't want to be tagging your videos to products that are not the exact same product. That's definitely against Amazon's rules. But if it is the exact same thing, then yes, you can retag it to that new one.
Yeah. Oh, thanks. We're going to crush it, Claire. Thank you. We appreciate that.
Thank you. Yeah, I've been posting more in my YouTube channel too, and it's kind of fun. Like it's a creative outlet.
It is. And I think like it's a great time now because, again, don't totally stop your content creation. But now I think is a good time to do kind of the housekeeping stuff, right? That back end, like going through your dead ASINs, going through your items that are unavailable, going through and maybe working on your UK and Canada storefronts, or analyzing, your data and spending just a little time cleaning that up so that you can start, go into January with as vibrant and accurate storefront as you can. But again, like Claire said, I saw the same thing last year. That was my first December as a on-site Amazon influencer. After about 15th to 20th, like that's kind of the end. And then it's like crickets. So don't be shocked the last third of the month of December It probably will not be
It's
great.
not you, it's retail.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Um, and so, oh, Liz has made money in US, UK, Canada, Australia, and Belgium in the last 30 days. That is amazing. So, Liz, I started building Australia and my Australia storefront, but they had carousels on for a second and then they turned them off. And so I keep checking like once a week to see if they have carousels back. But yeah, UK and Canada can be a good extra income because we like for me, I did about last month, I did about a little over $500. No, it was more than that. I would say $600 to $700 on those two, in addition to my US, and just using the same content that I have on the US. And I was looking through there, and Influencer Fruit works on your international storefronts too, guys, if you don't know. And so I was going through there and I saw a lot of dead ASINs in some of those, in those markets. And I was like, oh, I'm going to need to go through those. But it can be a great way. And now is a great time to start working on those, right? To build those up, because it really can be, you already have the content. Ooh, great question. Lori's asking, when you ladies upload to YouTube, do you make any changes to the video? You want to comment?
Well, just now we were talking about like our coaching YouTube channels, like talking about Amazon influencer, but I think that Lori's question is about repurposing your Amazon influencer videos to YouTube. And my answer for that is no. I'll just post the same video. And that being said, some things I've noticed about YouTube is the products that do the best as product videos on YouTube are for like brand name, high search intent products, because people find your video not really because they've subscribed to that reviews YouTube channel and they just love you and want to hear every product that you talk about, but because they're like curious, like, are Bic pens really the best? And then they find your video, and then hopefully then they'll click your affiliate link in your YouTube description and buy from you. So if you're looking to prioritize, it feels too overwhelming to post all of your Amazon reviews to YouTube, then I would recommend starting with those that are the highest sales volume. And often that's not the exact same ones that are earning you the most on Amazon, because let's say, okay, now the pen's a bad example because nobody's going to look at pens before they buy them on YouTube. But let's say it's like your Dyson vacuum.
Yeah.
That one might be hard to earn on Amazon on site because there'd be too many influencer videos, but it might do well on YouTube because it's a more expensive product, higher search intent. People are doing more research before making the purchase. They might be comparing options. And so those ones will do the best as offsite review videos.
Yeah, I totally agree. Like I upload there's very few videos that I make for Amazon that I do not put on YouTube. And I just do the exact same video. The main difference that I do is I have my 25-year-old daughter making thumbnails for the higher priced items or videos that I know will typically get more views or more sales. And so that's the main difference that I do on YouTube. But I don't spend a lot of time. Like I literally, like when I'm dragging and dropping into Amazon to upload my videos, I take those same highlighted files and drag them and drop them into YouTube. And my daughter schedules them out and posts all the links and stuff. But if you don't have an adult daughter that's hooking you up as a VA, then now's a good time to spend a little time on that. Now, YouTube does have a few upload things. So you can only upload 100 videos a day. And I would not recommend publishing them all at once. I do recommend on YouTube scheduling them out. On Amazon, I don't. On Amazon, publish them as soon as you can. But on YouTube, you want to schedule them out. I would say 3 to 5 videos max a day. But that's been my experience. But it's a great copyright backup. One of my followers and influencer friends, she found a YouTube channel that they had stolen a lot of her videos, and she hasn't uploaded her videos to YouTube when she was doing it. And so she's really struggling with YouTube to prove that they're her videos. And the people that stole her videos are now counter saying that she stole the videos. And it's a huge mess. And so seriously, like, even if you are not thinking of buying like making money off your YouTube videos, just freaking put them on there for your copyright protection, especially if you are doing faceless videos. Because I think those get stolen the most often.
Sure, because I had some videos on Amazon stolen for the first time this month, or at least first time that I noticed. And I only noticed because I was like on the product page of one of the things I'd done recently and noticed like, wait, that's my video under somebody else's name. And it just made me mad and sad. And I filed the copyright claim, and Amazon hasn't gotten back to me yet.
It's taken a month.
The videos are still there. And so it's frustrating, but I also know like they're going to get what's coming to them, but it's making me lose money. You know, this Black Friday weekend, it was an expensive product.
Yeah. And it's tough. Like you're, as a content creator, you probably will have your stuff stolen at some point, and you just want to cover your butt because, you know, like on a bit expensive item like that can cost you money. And so I have found the copyright claim process through Amazon is taking about a month. It's taking a while, but they will email you back. Once they take action, they do email you back, and you want to follow up and make sure that those are actually gone, because I've had to refile when they said that it was gone, but it wasn't. It's also a good thing to file because I've made money from the brands that wanted to buy the video. And so I've made several $100s off of copyright claims. They're like, but we want to keep the video. I'm like, well, then you can pay
for
me.
a brand taking it. Sure.
Yeah. And so they gladly paid me. I removed my claim, and I was fine with that because I'm not making money on that product anyway, but they wanted it for the brand video. But another thing that you can do in the meantime is you can change the thumbnail or something on your video to make it look different so that the freeze frame, doesn't look the same as whatever video. So you have the same timestamp, but you put a different thumbnail or something on it. So as somebody is shopping, it looks like a different video.
They might still click on yours. Yeah.
Yeah. Cause they might still click on yours. And so so it does feel violating. Like it does feel yucky. It doesn't feel good.
Yucky.
And if you're worried about that, Oink does have a content, copyright checker. It's not 100% foolproof, and it only checks the brand videos. It doesn't check other influencer videos. But that is a tool that it's the only one. I think that's the only extension that has a copyright check on that. But it's going to happen. Cover your butt.
Yeah, it'll happen at some point.
So yeah. So hello, hey, where is the joy? We're glad you made it. Better late than never.
Clarissa. Hi, welcome. Welcome. I saw Eileen was here too. Welcome. So
yes, Eileen was here. So fun. So why don't we talk? You said you had some data on buying products versus brand samples, Claire.
Ooh, I'm actually finishing that up today.
Oh, okay.
I'm doing that this afternoon. But the skinny, so if you're on my email newsletter, you'll get the data this week. Yes. And maybe Liz, if you have a link to that, you can put it up. Oh, actually here. There you go. You can sign up to the newsletter. So let me back up. Full context. You can get a lot of products to make a lot of videos and then make a lot of money. You can get those products two main ways: buying them or a brand sample. In the last few months, I've kind of moved away from brand samples, mostly because I find brands emotionally exhausting to work with, and it's just like the emotional cost is too much to me. But right now I'm doing a study on my own data where I'm looking at, for all of I think it's about 200 videos that I published in October, where did the product come from? Was it something I purchased specifically, purchased either for my household or specifically to review? Was it a brand sample, or was it like a found item? Like my neighbor put up a blow up Santa and I filmed it and published it. And then what I'm looking at is using that earnings dashboard that I have to look up for each of those ASINs, how much that ASIN has made me. And I think what it's showing, I'm going to check the numbers, is that the purchase items make about 3 times as much per ASIN than a brand sample. And some of those brand samples were paid videos, so I'm going to factor that in too. So I've got some numbers to work today, and then I'll report in the newsletter with the results.
That's exciting because I like in my super specialized scientific method of just observation.
That too, yeah.
The things that I personally purchase either for, specifically to review or personal use make me way more money than my free stuff or my paid stuff. And I know, like, especially those starting out, maybe you're starting out or you just don't have a ton of videos yet on your storefront, and the allure of all the packages and all the free stuff you can get it's there. We've all been there, right? We've all had the 100 things stacked in the corner that we've got to figure out when we're going to be able to do filming, right? And it's so alluring, but then you spend all this time and all this emotional stress with all this stuff, and then you make pennies on it. It's not worth it in a lot of cases, right? Like there are some cases, I do have some free stuff that has paid off, but for the most part as a whole, it's not. So I'm excited to see those numbers.
Yeah. And I do have some brands that like I continue to work with, but I've stepped back from doing a lot of it. But I think that for most people, the answer isn't to do one or the other, but to find what ratio, like what balance of each works for you. Because I know some people love doing brand deals and they'll request like crazy on Creator Connections, and that does really well for them. But for me, it's just not the best fit.
Yeah.
Probably because I'm so good at doing product research. I can find winners.
Yeah. I love it. So do we use Logi? Is it Logi or Logi?
It's Logi.
Okay.
So for those that haven't heard about this, Logi is a third-party like commission website. So they connect brands and influencers, and then they'll track for you if you sell those items on Amazon, either from on-site or off-site sales. It will like connect into your earnings and pull that information, and then track it for you, and then you get commissions. So about a year ago, I like loved Logi, and because it was making me a lot of commission. But I think that since Creator Connections has taken off and it's so much easier to do product research in Creator Connections, that I mostly let Logi coast. Like if you're interested in it, really the only cost of doing it is the time that it would take to set up. And the setup can be like a little bit tricky, but they have some, I think, webinars and info on their website. So I think it's worth setting up, but doesn't need to be focused on, is what I'd say. I don't know, Skate Tutors, if you had a different question besides if we use it.
Yeah, I don't use it. I've heard of it, and I'm like, I just have learned, for me and for those that I know that are successful in entrepreneurial endeavors, it typically works best to focus heavily on where the money is and not get too distracted by side things. And like for me, when I got, LTK, Binnable, Logi, like all these different things, it was like, okay, I can either spend the time trying to figure out all of these different things, or I can spend my time and effort mastering the Amazon influencer program and getting that down. And that's what worked for me. Now, once you get to a point that you've got your thing down, you've got good money coming in, then add other stuff in. For me, it doesn't. Oh, I know Eileen is like rocking LTK. So like, I'm not down in any of these programs. Like they really can be money makers, but it really is it really depends on your personality, your time, and your learning style too, I think, because some people need step-by-step, and are just a little bit slower to learn or to catch on. And some people are like, hey, I can learn this in 2 seconds and master it and I'm good. So, yeah, I think it's good to know what is out there, but also don't spread yourself too thin.
Yeah, I agree with you that focusing on your 2 to 3 income streams that are bringing you the most money and just like putting on your blinders to everything else, it is overall a good strategy. And that being said, like some diversification is good and will help with longevity. But I think for longevity, diversification, for growth now, you got to focus.
Yeah, I totally agree. So with that in mind, Claire, like a lot of people start out in the Amazon influencer kind of like as a hobby, or, oh, I just want to earn a couple $100 a month. But if you treat it like a hobby, it just kind of stays that way. So I'd like to have a conversation about treating this as a business. Like, what things do you do as a mom with young kids to treat this like a business?
Sure. And I think you're right that people, like almost everyone starts with Amazon influencer, like, oh, I'm going to dabble in this. This is exciting, fun way to like earn some money from home. And that totally makes sense to have it start like that and not initially jump in of like, this is a business if you're not making anything yet. But if you keep at dabbling, then you're going to probably plateau in your earnings. Like your old stuff is going to depreciate. You'll probably keep earning a few $100s a month and it will stay there. And that's fine if that's your goal. If you're just like, I just want to pay for a grocery budget and I feel amazing about that, then like, congratulations, that's amazing. And you can do more with it if you start to take it more seriously and you really can scale and break past that plateau. I have an intermediate level course that's called Build Past 1K, where that's exactly the group that I focus on, is those that have been in hundreds for a while and are really ready to like take it to thousands because they can. Sorry, this is an aside. I'm just excited. I had a student tell me this week that she 5x'd her earnings from October to November. And she finished the course in October. And I was like, yes, amazing. Anyway, so what do I do to make it as a business? Well, first of all, probably one of the biggest things is I pay for childcare so that I can work. Like anybody that has a job, like I'm not putting in all of my 30 hours a week in the Amazon influencer program during nap time or bedtime. I do that too because I love it. I don't watch TV. I'm kind of addicted to it. But like I pay for childcare 3 days a week for my young kids to be out of the house so they can work. And what else do I do? Sometimes work is just work. It's fun. It's a great job. But like sometimes I don't feel like filming or posting or responding to emails. And I still do it because I know that it's important. But then also that being said, when I had the kind of aha moment of like, oh, it's so draining to like respond to all these brand emails, I was like, wait, I'm my own boss. I can do whatever I want. Like, I don't care if this is making me like $500 a month. I'm just not going to do it anymore. So that's nice too, that you can focus on what does bring you energy and is exciting and sustainable to you. What about you, Nicole? What do you do for it to be a business?
So for me, this is something that I had to learn when I started my entrepreneurial journey a while ago, is like respect it. Like have a separate checking account.
Yes.
You know, have a separate credit card that you use for, you know, your expenses that you pay off every month. Do not run up, you know, don't run up debt to do something like this. And be willing to invest in good things that are proven, that are going to return, you know, good tools like Fluent to Fruit extension, good courses like Claire's courses, the product research, things like that. And be respectful of that. Like have those boundaries on your business, like, and be aware, like no tax rules. Watch Claire's video with the CPA. So, you know, I can expense this, or, you know what, that's a little gray area, or maybe I shouldn't expense this, or, you know, things like that. So you understand how it works. And then I love what you said. If something, you are your own boss in this influencer world. And so if things are not bringing you joy, and there's going to be things that are in this thing that they're not going to bring you joy, but you got to do them anyway. Like finding broken ASINs and things like that. Like that's not fun. We don't love that. But
yeah, there's still,
it's still like I didn't have a broken ASIN, but I had a lower performing video on a RoboVac. And I just went in and changed the title. That's all I did, is change the title, probably 3 or 4 weeks ago. That made a freaking killing for me. on, now it's one of my most top viewed videos, and it wasn't getting placed, and now it like made a killing for me with RoboVax. And so like, find the things that bring you joy and accentuate them, like make them bigger, make them better, and monetize them. Like figure out, how can this make me money? And respect that, because treat it like a business. Like put the time in and commit to it. Don't be like a whiny baby, like, oh, my sales were down yesterday. Like, so what? That happens. Like, look at the long term. If you're going to be doing this, like I say, if you're going to start this, you need to say, I'm going to commit to this for a year. I'm going to put everything I can into this for a year and then evaluate if it's working for me or not. And when I say putting everything into this, and I'm putting this in air quotes for whoever is just listening and not watching, analyzing your numbers. Sorry, Claire, analyzing your numbers all day long and looking through other influencer videos and watching me and Claire's super awesome videos on YouTube. Guess what? That's not putting it all in. Putting it all in is pumping out the freaking content, spending some time to learn to use good tools and good practices. But that's what I'm talking about when I'm putting the time in. Anyway, sorry, I'm going to step off my soapbox here, but it's something that you should respect your business and treat it as such, or else you're never going to make business like numbers. Okay, so
I'm curious, Nicole, like what triggered this for you? You seem extra passionate about this today.
Well, I guess I see, because I'm in so many different influencer groups. So sorry, Sand, Salt, and Sea, I will get your question in just a second, because it's a really good question. I'm very passionate about this because I've been doing entrepreneurial ventures for 15 years, and I see so many people, they want it, but they don't want it hard enough. And they lose their hustle, and they lose the grit, and they lose the drive, because they think that they're going to put effort in for a month or two and have some fabulous return, which there's very few things that is the case. And so I'm like, be committed. Go all in, because if you're going to just dabble, and I understand the dabble, because especially with the influencer program, like, can people really make money at this? So we're a little skeptical. I get that. But deciding that you're all in is going to be way easier than having one foot in and one foot out. And I see that pattern over and over again with people that are trying to do their own business in whatever, if it's Amazon influencer, if it's whatever, they give up too easy and they don't go all in. And so that's why I get very passionate about it. Because I'm like, there's so many people could be making so much more money if they put the pedal to the metal and just did it. So there you go.
Well, and I feel like if I was going to say one reason to sum it up that people fail in the Amazon influencer program is that they don't have enough good information. And like you were saying, that like you can ingest all the good information and then that's not going to make you money. You have to do the work. But like they don't know how to overcome that plateau, or they don't know how to do product research, or they don't know which software is worth it, or Sand and Sea or whatever his friend's name was asking about images.
Yeah.
We'll answer that. But anyway, you need good information to be able to make good decisions to make good money. Yeah. And a lot of people spin their wheels chasing things that don't bring a lot of profit. So do images, are they worth it? I've posted some shoppable photos. Some have gotten thousands of views. Many have gotten no views. The problem with shoppable images is that Amazon doesn't attribute if the image or a video about a product made the sale. I have one, like my most viewed shoppable video is this like compost bin that I took did I say video? I don't know. Photo, compost bin. It has like 40,000 views. I think I've only ever sold 2 compost bins. Views are not commissions.
Yep.
I don't do a ton of shoppable photos or images. One thing I will say though is that it's in Amazon's documentation that the photo must be either exactly square, like 1:1 aspect ratio, or exactly 9:16 vertical. Yep. And if it is not exactly that, like if you have an iPhone, it defaults to like a 4:3, which isn't this. Would that be the same as 9:16? Anyway, the default iPhone image size is not the correct aspect ratio. So you need to resize it, crop it, either when you're taking the photo or before you post the photo, or it's never going to get any views.
Yep. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. It's like, at first I was like, oh, I have all these pictures because I do most of my videos horizontal, at least the initial video. And so I was just, and I will typically take a picture of myself with the item. I was like, oh, I'm just going to drag and drop these. And so I did a ton, but they're all horizontal. And then I read in the thing, I'm like, it's got to be square or vertical, these specific ratios. I was like, And so I've been trying a few different images, and my square one is the only one that's getting any views, and it's little. And again, no sales on that. So
yeah, for a while, I think over the summer, Amazon was showing some square shoppable photos on the checkout page. Like you check out and then there's a little carousel of shoppable photos. So they were having like a little bit of a renaissance then. I don't know. They don't take that much time to do, but then also they don't really seem like they drive that many sales. I'm focusing on video myself. It's not going to hurt you to post a photo. If you want to like take a picture while you're making the video, go ahead. That would kind of interrupt my workflow, so I don't do that. But if people, all of us started doing well with shoppable photos, then I could totally go back through my backlog of videos and take a square or 9x16 screenshot of my video and upload that.
Yeah, I agree. Like, don't spend extra time. Like, I wouldn't take extra effort, but if you're already there, snap a picture, upload it. And Amazon, I will say that I do enjoy, like, on their shoppable video upload, they now have an AI charged. And so a lot of times they actually identify what the product is. And I have found that it's about 80% accurate in identifying the correct ASIN. You know, if I did a picture with this sweater, it identifies the right sweater. And then it will also identify that this chair's on Amazon and this couch is on Amazon. And so like you can tag multiple things. And it even has AI right description. And so it really can be very, very quick, but I would not recommend like going out of your way to do it.
You know, I'm planning to do a next big Amazon influencer survey in January or February. I'm going to ask about people's experience with shoppable photos there.
Yeah.
I saw Eileen's commenting, there's some evidence that posting a photo helps with carousel placement of your video. As a data gal, I'm very skeptical of this word evidence. Please elaborate, Eileen, in the comments. Because I haven't heard that, but if there is actually evidence, data, real information about that, I would love to hear it.
Yeah, that would be cool. And Sand Salt and Sea asks, are clicks from the photos then helping in other ways? I don't really think so. Like maybe it says that you are creating more relevant content that people like, but the Amazon algorithm is like such a mystery that, you know, to me, it's like, if it's not getting me money, then the click's not even worth it. Like show me the money. Show me
the vanity metric. Yeah.
It is a vanity metric.
Clicks don't pay the bills. Yeah.
Yeah. Clicks don't pay the bills. I like that. Okay. Okay. Let's see. I have standard iPhone photos. They used to get traffic, but just checked and there's no views the last 12 months. Yeah. So if you are going to spend the time with photos, make sure they're the correct ratio and tagged correctly. And you can really, I think you can tag up to 5 things in a photo with the AI thing. And so like, if I'm doing a lifestyle and I'm like, here's this cute sweater, I would tag the sweater and the jeans. And you know, somebody might see the picture and like this chair or this pot. And so you can tag those and have that. But again, it would be horizontal. So I wouldn't get seen anyway. It would need to be vertical. But anyway, that's kind of the thing. So let's go to this next question. Would you, let's talk about what my tongue is tied. I'm so excited. What is your criteria in buying products to review? How many sales per month? How many videos in carousel, etc.? So what is your criteria, Claire, when you're looking at something?
Well, I'll teach like very in-depth product research in my course, but surface level is the better sales volume, higher sales volume is better, lower influencer commission is better. Duh. The sales volume that I'm usually looking for is around 1,500 with like 0 or 1 other influencers. That's a product that I would consider purchasing to review. I'd look at some other stats, especially if it has a Creator Connections campaign. If it has like 1,500 sales, no other influencers, and a Creator Connections campaign, that would be like a buy for me, that I'd expect it to make it all of its price back within the month. But there's other factors to think about too, of like, as kind of the intangible, is this something that a Amazon customer actually needs a video on before buying? So like, if it's a grill or an office chair or something kind of like complicated, if it's a pen, people don't really watch videos on pens, I don't think so. And so price is a bit of a proxy for this. One thing I found was that I need to like pull the data back up and put it in a newsletter, but it was like, unless the item costs at least about $30, then the bottom carousel like doesn't exist. Like for the items that don't have an upper carousel, your video only really gets views in the bottom carousel if it is an item priced over $30, because then there's enough buyer intent that the customer is looking for more information before buying. And of course you'll get some, but when I graphed it for my whole storefront, like price, where's the video, what's the conversion rate, I could see that trend, that more expensive products got much higher clicks.
Yeah, that makes sense for sure. Yeah, for me when I'm doing product research, I look at very similar things. I typically, if it's going to be, I'm typically, if it's under $20, if it doesn't have an upper carousel, like I'm not even going to mess with it. If it's got other influencer videos, I'm not going to mess with it unless it has a Creator Connections campaign. And I know that does well for me. Now, I am totally like, when I am shopping on Amazon for like product research to look for stuff to buy, I'm a total gut girl. Like I will go with my gut and I'm like, this one feels like this could be a winner. But I definitely am looking at the metrics. I'm looking, is this selling? Are there other influencer videos here? Like, how are the reviews on this item? Because I don't want to purchase something that is going to be crud, like I don't want to be something that's like, for me, if it's like less than 4.2 or 3 stars, I'm not going to mess with it. And so I go with my gut, and my gut has usually been, I would say my gut's probably about 95% accurate. I've had a few duds, but you definitely want to look at stuff. And if you're looking at stuff and everything looks right, but it still feels wrong in your body, skip it. Like,
you need the full body yes.
I need a
mind,
full body
heart,
yes.
gut. Yes.
And so I need it to make sense in my head, and I need it to make sense in my energy field. Like I know I'm a weirdo, like I'm like a holistic energy, all this stuff. You can see all my stuff, but it's got to feel right to me. And but it is like, I think it is a skill. I don't think, don't you feel, Claire, like you've gotten better at spotting them faster and easier, right? And having a research tool like Fluencer Fruit is phenomenal, and it's something that I definitely use. I've added Jungle Scout, which I really like. Thank you, Claire, for sharing that with me. And those are helpful, but I always like, that's kind of a entry door. Like if those look good, I'm going to look closer. I'm going to actually go to the carousels, and I'm going to see what's popping up. I'm going to go and look a little bit deeper, and then make my choices on that. So it really is a skill. Definitely start at lower thresholds. Like if you're new to this, don't say, oh, I'm going to risk it on $1,000 item. Like, unless you've got $1,000 to gamble, like I wouldn't do that. Like start with like a $20 item, or maybe a $30 item, or something, even less. But I think that it is a good rule of thumb to think like, as a consumer, would somebody watch a video about this? And I'll give a good example. So I was new to product research, and I found this, it was like a name brand body care something, and it didn't have any influencer videos, and was selling like 10,000 a month. I'm like, oh, this is going to be gold. And it's not an expensive item. It's like less than $10. But I was like, oh, this is going to be so good.
I'm going to be rich.
Purchased it. I did my video. I think I'm still the only person on the carousel. I might make a sale from that because somebody actually watched the video maybe once a month. And so I revel in that 8 cents. Like,
wait, put the ASIN in your earnings dashboard and tell us how much you've ever made on it.
Oh,
I'm curious.
It'll probably be sad, but keep in mind when you're purchasing something that it's going to, it's something that they would watch a video for.
Yeah. Well, and another, like, I guess Nicole's got the spirit of this, of like, you feel the gut, and I'm like, here's some numbers, and so please do both.
Do both. Yes, do both.
What another number that I'll look at is this product going to be at least $1 commission per sale? And so that dollar could come from a 10% Creator Connections campaign if it's a $10 item, but for it to be $1, then that would need to usually be at least like a $25 product. If it's 4%, am I doing that right? Ish.
Don't ask me. Let's whip out a calculator or a spreadsheet. But I think that's a good rule of thumb too. Like,
yeah, because like, I'm not going to be working this hard for 8 cents commissions. Maybe a year ago, and then I got smarter, and now I'm not doing that anymore.
So we're trying to help everybody that's starting
our fails,
part, right?
Yes.
But our time is expiring, Claire. This
my
flew
goodness
by
already. Wow. I'm shocked. Any last questions?
I know, seriously. So
I did the math right. Liz, put that comment
gold
up.
star for Claire. Yes. So yeah, it's, oh gosh, so much fun. So okay, Claire, closing thoughts or remarks for today.
So fun to be here. Thank you guys for being part of our community. And as Nicole said, let us know in the comments if you're watching the replay. And thank you for the big group of people that was here live. So fun to have you here. Please email me. My email is on this webpage if you have questions. Nicole has a Facebook group that is awesome. And we will be here again. Are we doing 17th? Or wait, in a couple weeks?
Let me look at my little Google calendar.
We're doing this every 2 weeks. Next one is December 16th.
December 16th.
So we'll see you there again or catch the replay afterwards. Love you lots. Have a Merry Christmas season.
Yeah, thank you so much for being here. Have a great December, and we will see you hopefully on the 16th. So we'll see you later.
Bye.